Here's the first of 3 example problems for an applied Riemann sum. This one is about a rate of fuel consumption in gallons per minute of an airplane flight. So what they show you is a table of values. They gauged how much fuel in gallons per minute was being used at each of these time intervals, 0, 30, 40, and so on, and recorded the values. And I like this problem because they also give you the graph of these values. So you don't need both, but this table is this graph. So the question is, estimate the total number of gallons of fuel used during the first 90 minutes using a left Riemann sum. I think I spelled that wrong here. Using the appropriate subintervals on the table. So if you look at the table, there's 1, 0 to 30, 2, 3, 4, 5 subintervals. The left values would be for the first subinterval here, 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 and here. This never comes into play, the 70, because it's a right endpoint. So the quick way to do this, and if you understood what we did before this, you can do it as quickly as this. First interval is 30 minutes long times 20, plus the next interval is 10 times the left endpoint, which is 30. The third interval is 40 to 50, which is 10 times its left value, 40. Then the fourth interval from 50 to 70 is 20 and times the left value. And finally, the last interval is from 70 to 90, which is 20 times the left value, which is 65. And add all those up, which I'm doing right now. Hopefully I do it right. 400 plus 20 times 55 plus 20 times 55. I'm getting 3,700. Now that would be, since we integrated a rate, which was gallons per minute up here, the integral undoes the rate, that's gallons. So we're in that first 90 minutes, we can now estimate that we're going to use 3,700 gallons of fuel. It's an important number because we want to make sure we have enough fuel in the air, don't we? So that was that. Now, if you understand that, you're good. You're good to go. If that's hard to picture, make a graph. It doesn't have to be exact. They give you the graph here, so you can say like 0 to 30 is your first rectangle. You're going to not, this would be right endpoint. You don't want to use the right endpoint. You want to use the left endpoint because that's what it tells you to do. So there's your first rectangle, 20 times 30. Your second rectangle would be here, and so on. And just find out all the areas of all those rectangles. It's the exact same thing as that we just did down here. Watch the next examples because not all the examples are going to be integrating a rate. Some of them are going to be average value, which you have to recall from a few lessons ago. So make sure you watch the next example so you do recall that. So example number 2 is coming up.